So guys, it's Prideful and I've been away for some time from 2B2T, but I'm back and I have made a new group. I think it's a great idea. So, the group is called the Pathfinders, and it's based on J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. It's based on Rangers of the North. So, the goal of this group is to promote the endeavors of travelers as they explore the mysterious ruins of 2B2T. This can be accomplished by operations outside of spawn, just around the greater spawn area. I would say maybe up to 100k. Now, this group is bound by 5 different pillars and a vow. So we're going to be going over these pillars first. So the first pillar is the vow of duty. As a Pathfinder, you can come from any group or faction as long as you abide by the vow of duty. This means that as a Pathfinder, anyone can become part of the group as long as they seek a lifestyle of an adventurer or guide. The second pillar is called the Wilds. A wandering people, Pathfinders seek refuge where they find themselves comfortable among the land. This part of the group means that we don't have any permanent base structure or outposts or anything like that. We're just kind of, I would say, rangers of the wild. The third pillar would be the Cloak. Being mixed from various factions and groups, a Pathfinder is meant to serve the vow alone under the Cloak. This means that as a Pathfinder, one will not pick sides in faction disputes and will not serve in battles as allies or enemies under the Cloak. You're free to do as you please outside of the group basically, but this means that once you take the oath and join this group, we will not be involved in faction wars, faction disputes, anything like that. The fourth pillar is called the Quiver. Among the wilds, order is still needed within the Pathfinders. This means that there is a centralized line of command that will determine your operations in the wild. The fifth pillar is the tradition. The vow is a pledge as old as the land itself. A ranger may act in their own interest of the vow outside of command as long as it is seen as not breaking the vow. This pillar basically means is you're free to act outside of the centralized command structure as long as you are still following the vow and the oath. So, I'll go over the oath in a second, but I just want to talk a little more about the structure of the group. So if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, Rangers of the North, the goal of being a Pathfinder is to promote the structure of the outside spawn regions. So, we can build camps on the freeways, work with people in guiding them to different ruins. Basically, it's just going to be a group where, we do operations outside and around spawn. But I'm really excited for this, and the group is still under construction. But anyone is able to join the group, and since we don't have a centralized base or no outposts, it doesn't really matter. We don't need a lot of security. I would say it's more of a movement, kind of like spawn masons or something like that. But we're not going to be building spawn infrastructure. We're going to be promoting the travel around 2B2T. A lot of people come to visit different ruins and things like that. We're going to be guides and wayfarers for these people, maybe building resting camps later down the highways. We're not going to be doing anything within spawn, within the region of 10k. But further out, we can build camps and do things like that, run operations, work with other groups on builds. I'm going to leave most of this as a mystery, and you're just going to have to find out for yourself exactly what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to go over the vow of duty. It has 10 different pillars in it. Pillar 1 is I shall commit to the duties and obligations of being a Pathfinder. Pillar 2, I shall assist the common folk in times of trouble. 3 is I shall abstain from acts of aggression and hostility while under the hood unless in means of self-defense. 4. I shall assist in guiding the traveler as they seek to explore. 5. I shall abstain from war, looting, griefing, and acts of destructive intent while under the hood. Pillar 6 is I shall abstain from damaging the integrity of the Pathfinders and my fellow Pathfinders. 7. I shall group with other Pathfinders in order to promote the interests of the group. Pillar 8. In the case of a dispute between members of Pathfinders, I'm entitled to a trial by combat to have it settled. Pillar 9. As a Pathfinder, one is to act noble, courageous, and be a guide through the wilds. Pillar 10. As a Pathfinder, I recognize that I am bound by the vow, the wild, the cloak, the quiver, and tradition. So this group is still under a lot of construction, but I just wanted to put out kind of a promotional video about what the group does and some of the rules and stuff about it. But basically it's going to be an acting organization within the greater Spawn area, and we're going to be guiding travelers and working on community events around the Spawn area, building infrastructure, coming together for group builds for public use, smaller encampments and outposts, working on patrols and things like that. So the group is just starting up, and if you want to join more, the Discord will be linked in the description of the video. Thank you and have a good day. My name is Prideful, and have a good one.